Hi, Spartan fans. Welcome into this latest edition of the Michigan State Spartans Insider Podcast. I'm your beat reporter for Michigan State Spartans on SI, Aidan Champion. Going to talk some Michigan State hoops today because Moneyball just wrapped up the 20th anniversary of the Moneyball Pro Am, and it was a fun summer. It was fun to see returners improve, see uh, what improvements they made this offseason, what the newcomers had to display. I was really impressed by Trey Fort. He's a lot more than I thought he was going to be, albeit it is Moneyball. You know, the level of intensity in terms of defense is not nearly the same as what you're going to see in a normal college basketball season, especially in the Big Ten. But you know what guys are capable of when they're consistently, showing off their skills in Moneyball and with Trey Fort. I mean, he is a heck of a shooter. We knew he was going to be a good shooter, but definitely something that stood out to me, especially when you consider Michigan State, and that was an area of severe weakness last season was three-point shooting, and you're losing Caleb Glenn for the year, but Trey Fort, I think, is going to be huge in that department. A lot of guys showed off their ability to shoot from downtown. Um, it is you gotta take it with a grain of salt though with Moneyball. But I have said, shooting is shooting. So um, that's definitely something I think fans should be encouraged about because I do think this team can be a decent three-point shooting team, maybe even better than last season. But I wanted to discuss the returning guys who I thought uh, seemed more improved this offseason. And I can't stress enough. I understand that this is money ball, and it's really just pick up. It's threes and alley oops, flashy dunks, but you can tell what guys have been working on when you're seeing them twice a week and they're consistently, doing the same moves. Um, it's very apparent what strides they've made this offseason. And so, first one, Jackson Kohler. I don't know if it was because last offseason it was something new to see him shooting the three. I felt like he did it more last Moneyball, but it seemed like he kind of steered away from it a little more this year and you found him in the post a lot more. So, because of that, felt like, his post game, he took Uh, he made tremendous strides in that area. We know his post game got better last season too, but just the way that he's handled double teams, which is huge, especially for this Michigan State offense, where it's about moving the ball, um, creating open shots, and if uh, if Jackson Kohler is able to embrace the pressure down low without getting overwhelmed by a second defender coming in, getting trapped down low, able to calmly, examine the situation and kick it out. That's going to be huge, especially for a team that could be better in the three-point shooting department. He's his passing seems better, not just out of those situations, but in general. His footwork has been great. So many spin moves along the baseline um, against big defenders, which obviously Big Ten, you're gonna have some uh, very talented big men again this season, and You got to be able to guard and to um, be able to score down low. And so Jackson Kohler, I think, his post work was just exceptional this year in Moneyball. And I do think, um, while there's not a whole lot of defense, there is more intensity down low in these games. Um, because when you're backing down someone, that they're not just gonna let you give you any easy buckets. I mean, these guys are competitors, and they're gonna make you work for it when you're down low, as opposed to maybe at the top of the key when you're taking a million dribbles. Um, but yeah, I was really impressed by Jackson Kohler, and I do think I've been saying it all offseason. I think he's going to be one of the best big men in the Big Ten. Could be second or first team all Big Ten type of guy. I really do see it for him. Um, and we know Jackson Kohler, he's an intense guy. He's competitive. He's been working his butt off this offseason. So I'm eager to see the next step that he takes after he already took such a significant leap last season. Another guy I would say would be Kurt Tang. Talk about shooting. Uh, he was great um, this Moneyball season. Not just spot up shooting, but his ability to create his shot was great. Um, and he was shooting contested jumpers, some getting some tough shots off and in. I was really impressed by what I saw from Kurt Tang. I know Tom Izzo, Michigan State, you're not going to be seeing a lot of shot creating. Um, but the fact that you can have that is always going to be beneficial. And I think it just speaks to the fact that Kurt Tang is more than a spot up shooter, which we've kind of been anticipating, I think, especially when we didn't get to see him a whole lot last season. But there's more to him, and he can also, um, you know, drive to the lane and get some tough shots off down low. A lot more athletic, I think, than we've kind of been expecting. Um, but I am very high on Kurt Tang. I know a lot of other people are. Still will probably be playing more so behind Trey Fort, but I think we'll see a lot of minutes from Kurt Tang. I think he's ready for it. Um, so another guy who I think, based on what I saw this summer, has taken a leap. Um, Last but not least, Colin Carr. Um, obviously Colin Carr, Moneyball is his sanctuary. This is the people go to Moneyball for Colin Carr, not just for him, but when you consider the lines for uh for his autograph and the fact that he puts on his own dunk show, essentially, it's got his name written all over it. But he really showed off his shooting this year in Moneyball as well. Was taking one-legged threes off balance. Um, it's not something still where I'm convinced he could be one of the more prominent shooters, but we know he's been working on it. Um, and that corner three last year, that was his spot. Uh, wasn't as efficient in other areas of the floor, but for whatever reason, um, that was somewhere where he succeeded. Um, Not all the time. I mean, he didn't shoot them a lot, but it seemed like whenever he did, he would knock them down. So, um, I just think that Colin Carr, I mean, I'm still convinced he will be this team's leading scorer because even if he is not an exceptional three-point shooter or just um, a great shooter in general from the mid-range or whatnot, his ability to power through the lane, I think he's going to draw a lot of fouls. Defenders are going to get out of his way. Um, and he just has a great ability to finish around the rim as well. Um, I I really do think this is going to be a really big season for Colin Carr, and I think he's going to show he is more than a high flyer, a rim rattler. Um, I think he's brought a lot more to his scoring game, and so that will definitely be something to be watching for. But I would say those are the three players really stood out to me. You can also throw Carson Cooper in there just because of his three-point shooting ability alone. I mean, he was knocking down threes consistently in Moneyball. And he told me that um that's something coach wants, Tom Izzo wants from him. And he uh he said it's never his shot's never been broke. Um it's kind of just a confidence thing, and it seems like he's gotten that and he's been working on his shot. So now uh you can probably count on Carson Cooper taking one or two threes a game, and that's gonna that could be big for Michigan State when every guy on the court needs to be accounted for from outside. I mean, that's what you want nowadays in college basketball, but not necessarily something Michigan State has had in recent years. So now, something that you might be able to have and as an advantage. Um, but um, but yeah, those are the guys who really stood out to me in Moneyball. One more time, I'll say Moneyball. Obviously, you got to take it with a grain of salt, um, but guys are also, this is where they take what they have been working on from practice or alone in the gym, and they're testing it out here. And so, what they were testing, I think they were successful at. Um, and when you see them doing the same moves again and again each game, it's something they've been working on. It's something that they're gonna have. Um, that's going to be a strength of theirs when the season comes. Um, so I do think that fans should feel encouraged about these players I spoke on, and also the newcomers as well. So with that said, Moneyball Pro Am has come to a close. Probably won't be a whole lot of basketball talk between now and the season, other than more schedule reveals, recruiting, which is probably gonna probably gonna pick up more here. So, but you do know it's football season now, and that'll be the heavy emphasis. But as always, thank you everybody for tuning in. Always appreciate your engagement. I hope you've had a great week, and I hope you have a great weekend ahead. You can read all of our content on Michigan State Spartans on SI, giving you daily content that you don't want to miss. Thanks, everyone.